So obviously last week we had the devastating news that a massive earthquake had struck Myanmar in Southeast Asia, with the aftershocks also affecting nearby Thailand. Anybody that saw the building that was under construction collapse in Bangkok would be left in no doubt as to the devastation that this earthquake caused. And there was an interesting story that I saw around this as well in the world of Formula 1. Now, obviously, F1 had a 2-week break between the Chinese and Japanese Grand Prix. And now Bangkok, for anybody who's travelled to that part of the world, Bangkok is basically a hub for a lot of Asia. If you're travelling between Europe and Asia, you normally pass through Bangkok. It's the best way to do it pretty much in terms of all the changes you can get there. So I imagine a lot of drivers would have stopped over there and then flew on to Japan if they didn't go directly. Now, there's obviously been talks about a Thai Grand Prix joining the calendar as well. I think they're aiming to join in 2027 or 28. And Alex Albon is Thai. He's a Thai driver. He's licensed despite being born and raised in London for the most part. But yeah, he actually did fly into the earthquake. Not quite literally, but according to this article here on the F1Chronicle.com, Albon, yeah, he basically got a flight and was landing probably around the time that this earthquake struck. So I imagine that was quite a scary experience for him. I've not really seen this reported much, so let's go into the story, guys. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Alexander Albon jetted into his native country last week, expecting only to support Thailand's bid for a Formula 1 race. Actually, he landed in the immediate aftermath of the catastrophic earthquake that has so far cost at least 3,000 lives. It was like DEFCON 3, the British-born Thai driver for Williams told Sky Deutschland. Everyone was totally panicking. It was almost a bit surreal because I had no mobile internet and could only see people panicking, but I didn't know why. It was a bit scary. When he checked into his hotel, his alarm continued. There were cracks everywhere, Albon revealed. I was surprised most of the buildings were still standing. It was quite frightening. Prior to the earthquake, Formula 1 CEO Stefano Domenicali had also travelled to Bangkok, where he, like Albon, met with Thai Prime Minister Shinawatra. I'm not going to try his first name, I do apologise. Anybody who's been to Thailand will know that their language and their words are very hard to pronounce. A memorandum of understanding about a debut race in 2028 was subsequently signed. We're making progress, 29-year-old Albon said, even if nothing is finalised yet. But it's really nice to see how seriously Thailand is taking this. They're very committed, and I think they're having a strong concept. I've gotten a rough overview of what they're planning, and it looks good. What they're putting together is pretty impressive. I mean, you guys know my opinions about this. I'm not a big fan of it as a principle, to be honest. I'm really not. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be terrible, but it is probably going to be a Bangkok street race, which, who wants that? Seriously, like, who wants that? I do like Singapore. I do think it's a good race, but unless we're replacing that with Thailand, because I know Singapore has thought about leaving the Formula 1 calendar. They feel like they've kind of met their aims and obligations in the sport, a bit like Malaysia. They kind of put themselves on the map, so to speak, with the race. So it wouldn't surprise me if Singapore does leave and Thailand comes onto the calendar in its place. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Thailand replaces, like, I don't know, Imola. Spain, although Spain's going to be the Madrid Grand Prix by then, most likely, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, I've already given my thoughts on it. I'm not exactly very optimistic about that, to be honest. I mean, God forbid if it replaces Japan. I mean, yes, we had a very bad Japanese Grand Prix at the weekend, but Suzuka is an absolutely incredible venue, and I do not want to see it go, because there's been talks about it going, unfortunately, in recent times. Nowhere is safe, basically, unless you are bankrolled by a questionable regime, pretty much, in Formula 1 right now, and I'll leave that there. But yeah, I just want to, give all my best wishes to the people who are suffering in that part of the world. I mean, 3,000 people that we know of have passed away. I imagine the lion's share of those are in Myanmar, Burma, as we formerly knew it back in the day. I got friends out there. I got friends who were from there as well. It's horrible. They've not been able to get in touch with their family for so long and their friends, because information is so limited in that country. But I'm not going to get too much into politics. I just, everybody here at Formula Reports, everybody here at the F1 Chronicle website, we all give our best to the people who've been affected by it, and I hope everybody gets rescued. But it's been a long time now, so it's unlikely anybody else is going to be found, from what I've been hearing from official sources. So yeah, really sad news. It must have been quite surreal to fly into that, like you said. But it's, you know, he did dodge it. He did dodge it, did Albon, but it must have been quite scary, like he said, and even more scary for the people there in the capital. If buildings are literally collapsing from an earthquake 1,000 miles away or whatever it is, or several hundred miles away, imagine what it's doing to the people on the ground in Burma, Myanmar, I should say. Not good. Not good at all. So yeah, I'll put another video. I'll put my Thailand video, my Thai Grand Prix video at the end of this one. Did react to it when the news first came out about Thai Grand Prix a couple months ago. So check that out if you haven't already. That's at the end of the video. And yeah, hope you have a great day and hope we get some good news from that part of the world, because Lord knows we need it right now.